can go back to Resolution 2011-5. This was a resolution to reprimand Councilmember Price a few years ago. And it's kind of interesting as we go through this, because I think that my colleagues tonight, if we had the opportunity to really have a conversation about this, would realize that they set forth a standard back in 2011. Now, when the resolution for censure of Mr. Price came out, it was pushed by the mayor, introduced by Mr. Kraft, and seconded by Mr. Glickert. So what occurred that night? Let's take a look at this. Mayor Welsch stated, this council was facing an unpleasant task of debating a resolution that, if passed, would formally reprimand one of its members. She noted that it is not an action taken lightly, but she believes it is an action that is needed to make clear what type of behavior is acceptable by members of the council as we meet to do the business of the people of this community. She said the resolution was about rules and acceptable behavior, not about free speech. She then goes on to say that it was her determination that the decorum of the council's debate at the February 14, 2011 meeting was not appropriate, and she conveyed her concerns by letter to Councilmember Price. The mayor said only people who were in attendance at that February meeting would know what happened and understand that each person may perceive proceedings differently. Now that actually is a little bit different from 2 weeks ago, because a good chunk of St. Louis has seen what happened 2 weeks ago.
Additionally, what did you just say? You may talk.
And I don't think anyone has disputed what happened 2 weeks ago. What was said, nor the denial. So it's not like we've got just limited to the audience. As one speaker said, we've had more people view it than we had voted in the last election. So the mayor then goes on to say that she acted out of her concern about behavior that she saw as disorderly and believes it negatively impacted the work and the deliberation of this council. The council must be able to discuss these issues openly and disagree agreeably without being hostile or disorderly. She said, once again, this is not about free speech, but rather trying to ensure that there is some form of respect of different opinions without name-calling and disorderly behavior. The mayor said this is a difficult step to make it clear to this community that the council will only accept behavior from the elected members of this body that is worthy of the people who put them on this council. The mayor said this resolution is about all members of council living within their own rules. The council cannot do the business of the people if each member of the council does not follow the council's rules and respect the right of other members of council, staff, and the public who have a different point of view. Councilmember Glickert said that he was in support of the resolution representing Councilmember Price after much reading and thought, and he feels that something needs to be done now or it will just continue. We must communicate in an open and transparent way. And then Dr. Kraft made his comments about the resolution introduced. He said, this is not a reprimand of a person, position, or an issue, but rather a reprimand of actions that break the rules, actions that discredit this council, actions counter to the functioning of a democratic elected legislative body, threatening actions, actions designed to intimidate, bullying actions. Bullying is not free speech, but rather inhibition. He said staff, citizens, and council members should not have to come to council meetings in fear of bullying behavior. He said in order to function, it's the council's obligation to enforce an atmosphere free of such behavior. He says the council member, it is his obligation to support this reprimand.